besties, so before I start today's episode of You Against You podcast, which is episode number 17, which is all about body positivity and self-love, just know that I am not trying to go and point out anyone. I'm just talking in general because as a woman, I go through not liking my body or how I look in the mirror sometimes, and it can be hard no matter what shape or size you are nor color. So this is just a little disclaimer that I'm not pointing people out. I'm not talking about how people this size is better than this or that and all that. So just letting y'all know, and I really hope that you love today's episode of You Against You podcast, and I love y'all. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, or leave a rating and review on Apple Podcasts or a rating on Spotify. And let's just get on to today's episode, besties. Hi besties, and this is You Against You podcast, and I'm your host, Deja Nicole. So in today's episode, which is season 2, episode number 17, I will talk about self-love and body positivity, which I feel like for season 2 whole topic is about healing girl era and self-love, and also body positivity is all about healing yourself, because sometimes we can be our own haters, you know? So I'm going to talk about me and how I have to embrace being skinny, and telling that little story time in today's episode, and how you can embrace your body, because the world that we live in with social media is such a cruel world. But let's just get on to today's episode of You Against You podcast. But before we start today's episode, let's just get into some weekly updates. So let's get into some weekly updates. As you know, I have everything on my handy dandy iPhone. So first of all, mental health checkup. So my mental health checkup is actually, my mental health is good. And I have seen that with my grades in college, with my classes. I have been studying more. I have been putting more effort into my schoolwork. I've been putting more effort into the other things, other projects, like writing my novels again, editing YouTube videos, even though the last past week or two, trying to export the not the editor, but to export the video was very stressful. But I did calm down, and I didn't let it stress me out so much. I also don't let school stress me out so much. Like I said, I have like a whole school schedule with homework and taking a break. And I have been reading a lot of romance novels and just fiction based novels, which actually helps my imagination, which helps me have different ideas for other projects that I'm working with, like my novels, and just to see a different outlook into the world. So if you don't read novels, you should start reading novels. But yeah, my mental health is good. I got a therapist. I was supposed to have an appointment today, but it's just so hard because with the different schedule. So I might just wait until she gets everything set up with telehealth. But I will be starting therapy very soon. And if you don't start therapy and you don't do it, you should definitely do it. I was just grateful that my doctor, my cardiologist, recommend me to do therapy, because he was like, you know, a lot of people your age, especially with your heart, so a single ventricle heart, because I have a single ventricle heart, have a lot of mental illnesses like anxiety, stress, depression, and we always recommend them to see a therapist. So I took his offer, and I'm just waiting until she has everything set up for telehealth so we can do therapy. But yeah. Another everything with just not like mental health, but weekly. Like I said, everything with my grades are good. My business, I hope I get more sales because today is the first day of November, November 1st. When I'm recording this, but when I post this, it would be November 3rd. So yeah, but I have so many goals for November. I would want to get 4 or 5 orders for my business. I want to keep my grades up and try to get A's and B's this semester. Like one of my classes I got a C, and I was like so surprised when I saw that. So I want to change it up to a B. Another thing for this month of November, I want to, of course, keep improving my content, try to prioritize everything now, even though I have everything situated with school, with my podcast, with my YouTube channel, with my business. Just trying to prioritize everything. I have so much plans for this podcast, which you will hear on the bonus episode next week on the 7th, which I'll be recording this week. I was going to record it tomorrow, but I'm going to wash my hair. So, take my braids out and wash my hair after my doctor's appointment. But the bonus episode, you will hear some plans that I'm planning to have with You Against You podcast for not just for next year, but in the next 2 to 3 years for this podcast. I'm about to hit my 1 year mark, so that's why I'm doing bonus episode, and it will be 2 episodes next week. This episode that I'm recording this week is going to be posted this Friday, but next week, now that you know, will be 2 episodes for You Against You podcast. So I'm so grateful. I'm so happy that I started this podcast. But I think that is about it for my mental health and just how I've been doing. Like I said, I've been reading a lot of novels, so if you follow me on Instagram, you would know what type of novels I've been reading, but I'm about to start reading 2 novels at the same time. So, yeah. Now, another thing before we start today's episode, remember that you can follow the You Against You podcast Instagram at You Against You pod by Deja, and all these social media links will be in the show notes or the description, no matter where you're watching. My personal Instagram is Dajah, DAJAH _ Nicole, NICOLE _ and of course subscribe to the YouTube channel of this podcast, which if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. But if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify, you can just click the link and subscribe. And also on Apple Podcasts, follow and leave a rating and review. And then on Spotify, follow this podcast and leave a rating. It will bring more attention to this podcast for people who has not listened to it yet. And also go add yourself to the Geneva group chat that will always be in the show notes. We have 19 members, which kind of surprised me, so I'm so happy that I'm growing this community. I always wanted to have my own community, so yeah. And also next year I'm planning to get at least 50 to 100 people part of the You Against You podcast community with a challenge, a 6-month challenge. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for all the fun activities, festivities, I would say, for You Against You podcast. If y'all don't know, the rest of this year will be the finish of season 2 of You Against You podcast, but I will give you a little hint what season 3 will be about. But on my bonus episode, I will talk about more of what season 3 will be about. But season 3 of You Against You podcast, that will start probably the 2nd week of January of next year, of 2024, will be all about romanticizing your life, which will probably last for 6 months before I start the other half of next year of another season, which is season number 4. But yes, season 3 will be all about romanticizing your life, and we will be doing a challenge to help each other romanticize our life and actually achieve our goals. So stay tuned for the bonus episode that will be out next Tuesday, and stay tuned for future Instagram posts that will talk about the challenge, and just stay tuned for the Instagram post that is going to be about next season and when the release date for that. So let's just get on to today's episode of You Against You podcast, which will be all about body positivity. So how to love yourself, how to love your body within, and self-love. And I'm gonna, like I said, tell y'all a little story on why, yeah, people might like my body, but in fact I did not like my body at first. But let's just go. Okay, besties, so let's do it again. Okay, besties, so like I said, today's episode is all about body positivity and self-love. Now, I'm going to, like I said, tell y'all a little story time and just give y'all some tips on how to love yourself and not really pay attention to the quote-unquote perfect body on social media. So the first topic I will talk about in today's episode is not comparing yourself to other people, and why you should probably want to compare yourself to probably your past self when you started your workout journey. Now, like I said, we are in a day and age of social media, of celebrities, of plastic surgery, of BBLs, and it's just so much. It's too much to handle. And when we see our favorite influencers or favorite celebrity like Kim K or Kylie Jenner, I don't know, those are the most popular celebrities who's known of plastic surgery, and we see their perfect bodies, we ask ourselves, what do they really do to their body? Because we all know they didn't go to the gym, and we all know they got work, but who's their doctor? What type of work did they get done? How much did it cost? I know those three type of questions probably, play in your head multiple times. But I feel like for the people who do plastic surgeries, no matter what it is, if it's a BBL or just a tummy tuck or a full body makeover, it's the fact that they don't really love their body. They don't love themselves. They don't love the fact that who they looking in the mirror is not them. They think, well, if I got work done, I'll be the person I want to be. And that is true. It's your body, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. But I feel like because we follow these type of people on social media, we feel like we have to be a certain way. And yes, for some people, it is genetics. But for most people, it's not genetics. It's hard work. It's I gotta go to the gym. It's I probably do need to get some weight loss surgery. But we have to realize that we have to love ourselves. And if we don't love ourselves, sometimes it is that way to go to that route of let's get some work done. But what if you don't like the work that you got done in the next 6 months? You're going to regret it. You're going to regret saying, I should have just loved my natural self. I know I could have actually done this without surgery, you know? So I feel like with me, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a petite person. I'm very petite. It's genetics. I'm skinny. I wouldn't say too skinny to the point that you could be concerned, but I'm skinny. And some people say I wish I was skinny like you because you look cute in every outfit. You can wear anything and not look weird or feel awkward. But in fact, I used to hate being petite. I used to hate being small. I used to hate being skinny. At one point, I loved it. I really loved being skinny. And to be honest, I was so happy that I was. I was so happy that I could look at myself in the mirror and be like, wow, I'm blessed to be skinny. I'm blessed that I can wear anything I want. But when I was in high school, someone made fun of my body. Someone made fun of how skinny I was, on how small I was, on how thin they would say. They would like put like their fingers, like their arm, like their hand like this around my wrist, cause like I have small wrists and I have skinny fingers if y'all didn't know. But they would like put their like fingers like this, like an O. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see, but if you're not and you're just listening to this, they will put their hand like an O, but put it around my like wrist. So basically cuff my wrist with their fingers, with their hands. And they'd be like, oh my gosh, I can fit like all my fingers around your wrist. You're so skinny, Deja. This and that. And it made me feel bad because at one point before this situation happened, I never really had a problem being skinny. Like I said, a lot of people would say, you're lucky to be skinny, Deja. I wish I could be like you. But when that person made me feel real insecure that I was skinny, and this was a guy that I went to high school with, and how I had like a small butt, it made me feel really insecure about myself, and to the point that I would not like my body. I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, what if I got this, or what if I got that one day? And also with me, I had like a insecurity with how my abdomen area, so with my stomach and stuff, is kind of swollen because of my enlarged liver, to the point that I did not want to wear no crop tops or bikinis at one point in life. And I said, when my parents did allow me to wear crop tops and stuff, I did embrace that and I didn't care. But there was one point in my life that I didn't like, that I was skinny because of someone, and there was one point of my life that I knew I could never really have that flat stomach because of my enlarged liver, because of a procedure that I got. So it was something that till this day it still bothers me here and there, but I don't make it bother me like too much than before. And that person who did make fun of me is not really in my life, thank God. One, they was an upperclassman, and two, I never really liked that person, so I'm just so happy that they're not in my life no more. But yes, a person made fun of how skinny I was, and it really made me hate myself, hate my body, hate how I look. So just because, and I'm sorry if you hear the helicopters, I'm by an army base, but I hate that the fact that people don't know that skinny people can have problems on how they look, and natural skinny people, natural petite people can have some type of self-hatred on how they look because they don't like being skinny. And to be honest, I still have a small butt, but I do eat a lot. I do go to the gym and I love hitting legs and glutes, to the point I have seen my growth. It's there, it's small, but I see it. And you're the only one who can make the decision of, do you want your body to be like this, or do you want your body to be like that? So like that's my like literal experience of me having some type of self-hatred about myself with my body. And everyone goes through that phase. Some people will still be in that phase longer than others until they get the body that they want. Now, you shouldn't want to make fun of other people's bodies. So like I said, someone made fun of me of just being naturally skinny, because you never know what other people can go through. Like, I remember when I was in like high school, I was trying to think when was this girl before she left, but when I was in high school, someone asked this girl, like, why was she, like, kind of skinny, like, very skinny, to the point that he was like, well, you're skinnier than Deja. The girl was anorexia. You never know what type of problem someone is going through. Some people binge eat, and that is why they their body is how they are. Some people don't eat and try to starve themselves, and that's how their body is, because they don't like how they look. And some people just don't realize that other people got health conditions that makes them actually lose extremely more weight than they should lose. But you never know what someone is going through, so you should never want to really make fun of someone's weight. Like, it's hard for me to gain weight, I'm not gonna lie about that, just because it's always been like, I'm always hungry, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm always hungry. Sometimes when I eat, my stomach still growls until I eat more. Like, that's just me, because I'm always hungry, but I don't gain a weight. I don't gain a pound sometimes. So you never know what someone's going through. You never know if that person is depressed and just want to starve themselves, or just binge eat, or just have a serious health condition. So don't really make fun of someone's body, because it can be you in their shoes. Now, why you should not compare yourself to other people, like on social media, because it can ruin your mental health. So like I said, back to the social media thing, because we're still on this topic on comparing yourself. Social media is a mental health drainer, okay? I don't know if you can agree with me or not, but social media is a mental health drainer. And especially that we follow a lot of celebrities, a lot of influencers, no matter what platform that they're on. But that can put our mental health at the lowest than ever, because we want to have the same workout routine as this one celebrity, so we can have the same body as them. Like I said, 99.9% of celebrities, especially women, and not disgrading women, it's just true, has some type of procedure done to make their body how they have. Okay? And 1% of women who are celebrities probably worked so hard to get the body that they have. Even these, like, influencers as well, especially the fitness. I don't know what the heck I was about to say, but the fitness influencers got some work done and pretend that they worked out to get that body, which it happens in most cases. There have been so many cases and so many stories that I have seen on TikTok on how most of these fitness influencers have the plastic surgery to get the body that they want, but lie to their supporters, lie to their followers that I worked years for this body, when in fact they don't. And what's so funny is that, one, they are promoting plastic surgery to people. Like I said, plastic surgery can be a negative part or a positive part to some people, because it just depends on how you view your body, but it is also deadly, especially BBLs. And I don't know why they're not illegal. If that's, yeah, illegal. Legal is allowed, illegal. Yeah, illegal. Like, hold up. Yeah, illegal is the word. Like, hold up, hold up, hold up. No. Hold up, guys. Hold up. Yeah, I don't know why, like, BBLs are not illegal. Because, one, they're the most deadliest plastic surgery procedure ever, and a lot of women die just getting a BBL. When you can get a natural BBL just in the gym, it just takes longer time than you getting a procedure and hurting yourself. And eventually dying. And I'm so sorry for everything I'm saying in this podcast episode, but it's the truth. It's raw. It's me being honest about this episode. But no, for real though, you are literally killing yourself if you're getting procedures done. And I just feel like a lot of women out here, especially, yeah, I was gonna say a certain generation, but no, just a lot of women would rather want to die while getting work done than going to the gym. You going to the gym and getting the body that you want can do so much more to your mental health than you getting work done. Because like I said, you can get the work done, but what if you don't like it? What if you got botched? A lot of people get botched. They don't want to admit it, but they know they got botched. So what if you got botched and got the work done, you know? So, yeah. Now, let's talk about learning that no one opinions matter. So like I said, I used to not like being skinny because of someone in my life and someone that I had class with, but I ignored that person, started to embrace my body, but it took me years to actually embrace on how natural skinny I was. Like till this day, like I said, till this day, I sometimes don't like being naturally skinny, but then at the same time, I'm most likely being naturally skinny than not because it's just me loving myself, loving my body no matter what. Now, let's talk about other people's opinions. So, like I said, people will make fun of you, and I feel like as a woman, it happens more than with men. And I know most of my listeners are women. Now, what if you felt uncomfortable with your body because some girls, I like to say it's a mentality thing, but girls was making fun on how big you were or how small you were or how petite you were or are, not were, but are. And you just let their words control your mind. You just let their words control you. You let their words get to you. How would you feel if you didn't let their words control you? Because if we did let their words control you, we will feel some type of way. We will feel sad. We will start looking at ourselves in the mirror sideways and start saying horrible stuff to ourselves in the mirrors. You should never want to let no one words control you. Like I said, it took me a while. And for some people, it can take longer than others, but no one opinion matters. No one opinions matters. Like I love seeing like on TikTok, especially women, and it's like I'm trying to think of a TikToker. So this one TikToker, she's like she cooks, but she's more on the plus size area. And people's like, why are you cooking healthy food but it doesn't seem like you're losing weight? Or why are you cooking food but you're eating small portions? You should definitely be eating bigger portion for your big size. Or they will say more horrible comments like, the internet is scary. And no matter how much you love yourself, people's words will put you down and make you not love yourself, make you hate yourself, make you question yourself, make you look at yourself sideways then straight, like in a mirror that looking sideways, and you start looking, be like, what if like I cinch my stomach and I'm skinny, or what if I got like a big butt and big breasts? Like it will start make you doing those type of things in the mirror. Like you won't look at your mirror regular, you just like turn your head, be like, what if I did this? What if I did that? Like, the internet is weird. It's where mostly bullies happen, and you should never want to let other people's words control you. Um, Sometimes also if it's not the internet, it can be other peers. Now, if it's your friend, like I said, I was also made fun of, bullied a little by old friends, but like this was like years ago, like high school me, on how small I was, on how skinny I was by friends. So sometimes friends would do that just because, we're just playing and whatnot. But when you say something, they be like, well, you can't take a joke. No, that's not a joke. Why you making fun of how I look? Why you making fun on my body? It's not that you can't take a joke. It's the fact that they making fun of you because they're jealous of you and they want the body that you have, but they know in their mind they can never have it. But in fact, if they worked out 3 to 4 times a week, they can probably have it. But a lot of people don't want to work out. A lot of people make excuses. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I make excuses not to work out because sometimes your body has to rest. And because I'm about to start my cycle, me working out is no, it's a no-go. But mostly people who never worked out in their life, they make up excuses to not work out, to not get the body that they want. Like I said, if you want plastic surgery, get it, but it's not really you loving yourself, loving your body, loving what God gave you. It's just you doing a quick fix, but when a few months come by, that quick fix you have, you don't really love. And some people do get implants or remove the BBLs or get it back how it was, but it's not going to be the same on how it was before they got the procedure done. Now, the next topic I will talk about in today's episode is talking to yourself in the mirror, telling yourself affirmations in the mirror. Like I said, we always look at ourselves in the mirror. We will look at ourselves sideways and ask ourselves and tell ourselves, what if I had a big butt? What if I had a flatter stomach? What if I had big boobs? Especially on how 3 of those are the beauty standards of America Beauty, which is very sad. But in other countries, to be exact, being big is actually beautiful and being petite is actually ugly. Or in other countries, it doesn't matter. Or being petite and small is, this, but it just depends on the country. And I realized that too with TikTok. But in America, because I'm from the United States, if you didn't know, it's a hit and miss. It's like the person is petite, so that's the beauty standards for now. But next week it's everyone who's plus size. So everyone who's petite should eat more so they can be the beauty standards, for this week. I don't know. But don't let media control on how you love your body. And this is why this next topic is all about telling yourself affirmations in the mirror. So, one, the reason why you should say I am beautiful. I like that I'm plus size, or I like that I'm petite, or I love that my butt is small. I love that my butt is big. I love that I have widened hips. I love that I have small hips. I love this, or I love that. Is because you are boosting your self-confidence, you're boosting your mental health, you are boosting your mood when you're telling these things to yourself. You're putting a smile on your face, and you're also forgetting what those people said negatively about your body. Now, how to start loving yourself. So like I said, you can always tell yourself when you first wake up and before you go to sleep, good morning, beautiful. Good night, beautiful. I like how we look today. I love how we felt today. I love how I feel in my body. Like, you can tell yourself those things. You can tell and say, like, I love that I don't have to worry about back pain, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because for some reason, a lot of women with bigger breasts don't like having bigger breasts because of the back pain. Like, I remember when I was younger, I wanted big breasts, okay? Like, I don't know why, but I'm happy that I don't, because I know I feel bad for the women who does, because they got to deal with back pain or it's difficult for them to sleep. It's just like one problem for someone who doesn't like something about themselves. You don't have to worry about that because you know the problems that they go through. So you'd be like, well, I wanted this at one point in life, but I can see how it's affecting someone else who actually have it. Yeah, I'm good, you know? So you're like kind of grateful that you don't have to deal with those type of problems. Like I said, not compare yourself. And another thing that you can do to love yourself and to also love your body is wear the clothes that you're comfortable in. Wear the clothes that you're comfortable in. Now, this is for everyone. No matter how small or how petite is the word I like to say, or how plus size I like to say you are, wear what makes you comfortable. If you are on the plus size, if you're plus size and you like wearing crop tops, wear a crop top. If you like wearing mini skirts and you're plus size, wear a mini skirt. If you're petite and you love wearing crop tops, wear that. Mini skirt, wear that. Just make what makes, wear, not make, but wear what makes you comfortable. Because at the end of the day, it's your body. You're going to love your body. And one day, if you don't have someone in your life, you are going to find someone who's going to love your body too. Because if you want to find someone for you who can love you on how you want to be loved, you have to start loving yourself, and that includes loving your body. So F what the people say about your body. No matter if you petite or plus size, just F it. Say F off to them, like, for real. Do not care what they say, because it's your body. Now, the last, I think, yeah, that's it. Now, let's get into the final part of today's episode. But I really do hope you like this episode. It's more about the body positivity and self-love, because especially as women, no matter what shape or size we are, or how tall or short we are, we really don't really love ourselves at one point, because of social media, or because of an old partner, or because of an old friend, or even on a family member. You know, family members can really make you hate your body too, for some people. But let me just close down today's episode, and I really do hope that you can really think about what I said in today's episode. So if you don't love your body, just know it's a process. Everything in life is a process. Like I said, I love being petite sometimes because that person's words on how he made fun of me of being skinny back in high school, it kind of still replays in my head, and sometimes I feel like I can just get like a mallet in my head and just knock him out. But let me just close out today's episode, and remember, ladies, love your body, because you have to love yourself before someone loves you, and there will always be someone who will love your body as well. So let's just close out today's episode. Hi besties, so that is it for today's episode of You Against You podcast. Remember, it will always be you against you, and I really hope that you love today's episode about body positivity, body self-love, body love, how to love your body, self-love, and etc. I really do hope that if you are struggling of, not loving yourself, not loving how you look in the mirror, to know that we all go through it. We are women, we go through that phase multiple times in our life, and that we compare ourselves, and that we have to remember that God made us how He wants us to look. He's the one who loves our bodies, and no one else can compare to that. But I really do hope that you love today's episode. Don't forget to give this episode a rating and review on Apple Podcasts, a rating on Spotify, and also like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube, and follow us on Instagram at youagainstyou.by Deja, and also you can follow my personal Instagram. I was about to say like personal podcast. That might be an idea. No, this is my podcast. I was like, should I do like another podcast? But no. But you should follow my personal Instagram at Deja_Nicole_, that is DAJAH_NICOLE_, and I really, really hope that you love today's episode, and I can't wait to show y'all what things are coming up in the near future for this podcast in a few months, in 2024, which is in a few months. But I love y'all, and remember, it will always be you against you, not you against the world. Bye, besties.